What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm back, I guess, in Canada. It's your boy T. I'm back in Canada right now. Um, Indiana to Barry. We went from Gary, Indiana to Barry. So, guys, this is I'm pretty much on my side quest. My side quest right now. As Glitch would say. Shout out Glitch. I haven't seen Glitch in a minute. Love you, Glitch. Love you, Miami. And the side quest is a escort driver. So we are actually taking a break because I'm gonna show you guys out there in a minute. But it's a snow day. It's a snow day, baby. Baby, baby. I'm actually gonna start pre-filling out my thing. So it's actually perfect because it'll give me some time to figure this up while we are still here. Okay, so me. Guys, you know what's a trip? The fact that I literally said that I got rid of my car and I was like, I just need a ride. I just need to be able to get somewhere, move around. And then lo and behold, that's what I ended up finding. I ended up finding a position where now I don't have to where I drive the company car and I them so they pay me to drive around. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Pickup start date was December 9th. December 9, 2025. And that goes about 10 a.m. That's 10 a.m. Okay. Trip mileage start. Hold up, guys. Four, four, four. Okay, 27455. And our pickup location was Gary, Indiana. Right? Our location was. Okay, and then. Yo, what up, bro? Hit. What up, bro? Hit. Check it out. You guys want to see the weather? I'm just finishing my driver's log right now. Well, at least. So we were driving, right? And then to pull over. We had to pull over because it's snow season, guys. Some of you guys may be familiar with joke season. Some of you guys maybe not. But either way, like, let me check you guys. Yeah, check it out. Yo, what up, TK? T1 Edits. What up, though? What up, though? So as you guys can see, we are snowy. Snow season, It's snow season. Look at all that snow, man. Look at all that snow. So we're just taking a minute because I think it's probably gonna be like a few hours. It's gonna be like a few hours. So that's why I always bring. That's why I always bring books with me. I always bring my computer with me because you just never know, what end up happening. So, but one thing I do know is lit. Is that we're live and we're lit. So, what is everybody saying these days? I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to talk about. Any issue at hand. I just want to let you guys know that you can pretty much create your life and your reality however way you wish. I haven't worn my earrings in a minute, but yeah, like I was literally saying to myself, because I had Sylvia, you guys know, right? I had Sylvia, and I was like, okay, well, this is not becoming feasible. This is not feasible anymore. Let me find something else. Let me do something else. So I set my intention. I set my intention forward, and I said, okay, yo, like this is what I want to do. And then the funny thing about it is that like something in my spirit just told me to reach out to the guy that I'm working with in this situation, and like we talked in in the summertime, and I feel like this hat is like already stretched out. We talked in the summertime, and like nothing came about it at the time. But then like one day randomly when I was close to the end, I was just like, yo, let me just message him, and then I messaged him, and then he's like, yeah, bro, come on. And then after that, it's been we been alive and we lit, And the funny thing about it is, like, while I was training, like people were calling to ask for the position, and it was pretty much like, nah, I already got it. So, you know, it's interesting. That's interesting to me to think about that, man. It's interesting to think. It's interesting to think that your intention and you move with intention, and then eventually you'll get what you're looking for. You know. So yeah, guys. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I literally just wanted to show you guys the snow. I wanted to show you guys what we were working with in terms of that. We decided to play Dota Media. So yeah, yeah. My new theme song is Waxbox Music. Search it up if you haven't heard it. Waxbox Music is my new theme song. Like up the live, guys. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy T. It's your boy T. You guys want to read? Should we read a passage from the social contract book? See, now today I'm not worried about if you guys see my midriff because I'm wearing my undershirt. The only thing is that like I just need. The only thing is that I just need to get do some laundry when I get back in town. Can I come to your house? Can I do laundry at your house? Is the question. Is the qu- is the question. Is the question. Sometimes a man must ask himself. Sometimes that's how you know it's real. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's when you know it's real. Okay, this. This is the book I was talking about. What's the book I was talking about? So, guys, we say this all the time, man. I say this all the time, and it's even textured. I say this all the time, guys. Um, we need to read. We need to read and collect vintage penguin. Collect vintage penguin books if you can. I have to find out what the meaning of the penguin is because I feel as though there's got to be some kind of correlation between the penguin, this penguin, what the penguin represents, as well as sorry, the penguin from Batman as well too. So this is Jean Jacques Rousseau, The Social Contract. Man was born free, and he is everywhere in chains. My purpose is to consider if, in political society. Oh, sorry. So you can see here it's two-way. It's two-way radio. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. The military have to consider if, in political society, there can be any legitimate and pure principle of government, taking men as they are and laws as they may be. In this inquiry, I shall try always to bring together what right permits with interprets with excuse me. In this inquiry, I shall try always to bring together what interest prescribes so that justice and utility are in no way divided. I start without seeking to prove the importance of my subject. That's interesting, guys. I may be asked whether I am a prince or am a legislator, that I should be writing about politics. I answer no. And indeed that that is my reason for doing so. If I were a prince or a legislator, I should not waste my time saying what ought to be done. I should do it or keep silent. I agree, guys. Even in my own book, I talk about that. Don't talk about it. Speak. Born as I was a citizen of a free state and a member of the sovereign body, the very right to vote imposes on me the duty to instruct myself in public affairs. However, little influence my voice may have in them, and whenever I am happy to find that my studies always give me fresh reasons for admiring that of my own country. The subject of Book 1. Man was born free, and he is everywhere in chains. Those who think themselves the masters of others are indeed greater slaves than they. How did this transformation come about? I do not know. How can it be made legitimate? The question I believe I can answer. If I were to consider only force and the effect of force, I should say, so long as people is considered to obey, so long as people is constrained to obey and obeys, it does well. But as soon as it can shake off the yoke, it shakes it off, it does for better. For since it regains its freedom by the same right as that which removed it, a people is either justified freedom or there is no justifying those who took it away. By the social order is a sacred right which serves as a basis for all other rights. And as it is not a natural right, it must be one founded on covenants. The problem is to determine what those covenants are. But before we pass on that question, I must substantiate what I have said so far. Interesting. And again, guys, this is the social contract. The oldest of all societies and the only natural one is that of the family. Yet children remain tied to their father by nature only so long as they need him for their preservation. Okay, interesting, guys. So that's kind of the idea where people go out the house at like 18 years old and they never turn back around. But that division of the family is what keeps us separated, and it is that division of the family is what keeps us separated, and that separation makes things that much harder because we're never supposed to separate the family. As soon as the needs end, the natural bond is dissolved. Once the children are freed from the obedience they owe their father is freed from the responsibilities towards them, both parties equally regain their independence. If they continue to remain united, it is no longer nature, but their own choice which unites them, and the family is such is kept in being only by agreement. Right. Once you gain your independence, yeah, the staying together is out of want, not need. This common liberty is a consequence of man's nature. Man's to watch over his own preservation. His first care he owes to himself, and as soon as he reaches the age of reason, he becomes the only judge of the best means to preserve himself. He becomes his own master. So man's first law is to become your own master. Man's first law is to become your own master. The family may therefore perhaps be seen as the first model of political societies. The head of the state bears the image of the father, the people the image of his children, and all, being born free and equal, surrender their freedom only when they see advantage in doing so. The only difference is that in the family a father's love for his children repays him for the care he bestows unto them. While in the state, where the ruler can have no such feeling for his people, the pleasure of commanding must take the place of love. Right. Grotius denies that all human government is established for the benefit of the governed. Grotius denies that all human government is established for the benefit of the governed, and he cites the example of slavery. His characteristic method of reasoning is always to offer fact as proof of right. Interesting. It is always His characterized method of reasoning is always to offer fact as the proof of right. And there's an asterisk here, so the asterisk point says, learned researchers on public law are often only the history of the ancient abuses, and one is misled when one gives oneself the trouble of studying them too closely. Possible to imagine a more logical method, but not one more favorable than to tyrants. According to Grotius, therefore, it is doubtful whether it belongs to 100 men or whether these 100 men belong to humanity. Hmm. Though he seems throughout his book to lean on the first of these views, which is also that of Hobbes, these authors show us the human race divided into herds of cattle, each with a master who preserves it only in order to devour its members. Yeah, that's what I've been noticing, guys. It's almost like this idea that like the human race is divided, and the division is a means of a way to extract our energy, to extract our potential, and to devour us. Just as a shepherd just as a shepherd possesses a nature superior to that of his flock, so do those shepherds of men. Their rulers have a nature superior to that of their told by Filio. The Emperor Caligula argued, concluding reasonably enough on the same analogy, that kings were gods, or alternatively, that the people were animals. Mm. So they believe us to be animals. They believe us to be animals if we're outside of the social circle. The reasoning of Caligula coincides with that of the Hobbes and Grotius. Indeed, Aristotle, before any of them, said that men were not at all equal by nature, since some were born from slavery and others born to masters. Aristotle was right, but he mistook the effect for the cause. Anyone born in slavery is born for slavery. Nothing is more certain. Slaves in their bondage lose everything, even the desire to be free. Interesting. They love their servitude even as they. Okay, it says slaves in their bondage lose everything, even the desire to be free. That I can recognize because even if we talk about like slavery, it's financial, not as much servitude as it is financial, or as it is like whips and chains like it used to be 400 years ago. But I do agree with that because it's like they even lose their desire to be free. Because oftentimes, like, you can talk to somebody who says they want to do something, or you know, who says they want to do something, and then instead of like making the active effort to free themselves from their situation and their circumstances, they just like complain. They'll justify their entrapment. Yeah, I think it's go watch the movie Dinner with Andre talks about that. if you want to see the visual representation. It's like we build our own prison, and then, like Michel Foucault, we use the panopticon to watch over one another to a point where we're bound by the social contract. They love their servitude even as the companions of Ulysses loved their life as brutes. But if there are any slaves by nature, it is only because there have been slavery against nature. Forces made the first slaves. Force made the first slaves, and their cowardice perpetuates their slavery. Let's read that one again, guys. Force made the first slaves, and their cowardice perpetrates their slavery. So is that like what Kanye West said when he said that slavery was a choice? I have said nothing of the King Adam or of the Emperor Noah, father of the three great monarchs who shared out the universe between them, like the children of Saturn, with whom some authors have identified them. For since I am directly descended, and perhaps in the eldest line, how do I know that if the deeds were checked, I might not find myself the legitimate king of the human race? However that may be, there is no gainsaying that Adam was the king of the world, as was Robinson Crusoe of his island. Crusoe, that's probably where we get the word crusade, maybe perhaps where we get the word crusade from. Precisely because he was a sole inhabitant, and the great empire was that of the monarch. Secure opens his throne. Secure opens his throne. Has had no occasion to fear rebellious wars or conspirators. Excuse me, guys. The right of the strongest. The strongest man is never strong enough to be master all the time, unless he transforms force into right and obedience into duty. Hence, the right of the strongest and right, that sounds like intended ironically, but it actually laid down as the principle. But shall we never have the phrase explained? Force is a physical power. I do not see how its effects could produce morality. I agree. To yield to force is an act of necessity, not of will. It is at best an act of prudence. In what sense can it be a moral duty? Let us grant for a moment that the so-called right exists. I suggest it can only produce a tissue of bewildering nonsense. For once might be made to be right, cause and effect are reversed, and every force which overcomes another force inherits the right which belongs to the vanquished. Let's read that one again. I suggest it can only produce a tissue of bewildering nonsense. For once might it made right, cause and effect are reversed, and every force which overcomes another force inherits the rights which belong to the vanquished. So it's saying that if you conquer somebody, you get their rights. As soon as man can obey his impunity, his disobedience becomes legitimate. And as the strongest is always right, the only problem is how to become the strongest. Ah, interesting. But what can be the validity of a right which per- per- perishes with the force on which it rests? If force compels obedience, there is no need to invoke a duty to obey. And if force ceases to compel obedience, there is no longer any obligation. Thus, the word right adds nothing to what is said by force. It is meaningless. All right, I agree. Obey those in power. If this means yield to force, the precedent or the precept is sound, but superfluous. It will never, I suggest, be violated. All power comes from God. Every disease, and no one forbids us to summon a physician. If I am held up by a robber at the edge of the wood, for force compels me to hand over my purse. But if I could somehow contrive to keep the purse from him, would I still be obliged in conscience to surrender it? After all, the pistol in the robber's hand is undoubtedly a power. Surely it must be admitted then that might does not make right, and that the duty of obedience is owed only to legitimate powers. as referred earlier, which is all powers coming from God. Thus, we are constantly led back to my original question. Interesting. And the original question being, but what can the validity of the right which perishes with the force on which it rests? What can be the validity of a right which perishes with the force on which it rests? Hey guys. Steel? What up, Steel? Yeah, bro, I'm in a new car already. Um, I don't ever stay down for long. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever stay down for long, guys. Maybe just 1 minute or one day. You guys saw the video. You guys saw the car getting repossessed, and yet still here I am in car. You know, so I tell you guys all this to say that, yeah, we're in the car, bro. We got the car. We got the car. Steel, what up, Steel? What up, Steel? What up, Steel? Shout out to Steel. Shout out to Toronto. I'm back in Canada actually. I just went to Gary, Indiana, and then now I'm back in Ontario. Now I'm back in Ontario. We're just doing some reading. But I want to show you guys the outside. I want to show you guys the outside. Look at all that snow, guys. I have my snow pants. I have my snow pants and my thing out there, and my expedition parka. You know, but yeah. So Steely, so I got a new car. I don't own this car, but I get to use it. You know, they pay me to use the car, and new working opportunities. Something stable. So I literally wrote about this in my journal. I don't even know what day that was, but or even what book I wrote that in. But it's incredible. It's incredible. Snowed like a mofo last night. Yeah, yeah. We were driving up on the 401 heading to Barrie right now, and then driver said, "Just chill. Let's chill for a minute because the weather was getting a little bit outrageous." So we're just waiting for the word. You know, we're just waiting for the word to get back on the road. So at least we fueled up. We fueled up, and then we're ready to go. So when we get the call, we're gonna be back on the road. As you guys can see here, I got my turbo switches. I got my turbo switches, one for NOS and one for the ejector seat. So yeah, guys. I think once I get to maybe the next trip or something like that, I'm gonna let you guys roll with me. Like I'm gonna set up the stream so that you guys can join me on the drives because we be driving like 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours a day. So might as well, you know. So you're in like a Newmarket or Aurora or something? No, right now I'm in. I just left the border. Hold on, let me check my map. I'm by London. Yeah, I'm by London. I'm close to London, Ontario. Close to London, Ontario. We just came back from Michigan. We just came back from Michigan. So yeah, we're not in Newmarket yet. Not in Newmarket yet. It said we're supposed to be in London or in Barrie by 12:30 or something like that, or like by 1. But now since we're taking a break, we'll probably get there around like 3. Yeah, but the sun is looking amazing out there. The sun is looking amazing. Mm, mm, mm. I even got new books actually too, guys. I even got new books. Hold on, let me show you guys the books that I got yesterday. Yeah, this was the best. This is where I. No, that's not me. But yeah, like yesterday we got a trip because That was at Goodwill. At the Goodwill. 4 books for a dollar. Four books for a dollar. 4 books for a dollar. Look, guys. How to say it? How to say it? Choice words, phrases, and sentences for every situation. Disease free, 60 plus. He always make up for him the way he's been behaving. First of all, break all the rules. First, break all the rules. And home remedies. Home remedies health book. You guys have any ailments? And look, guys, look it out. So beautiful. I remember living in a country called Canada. When it used to snow, you used to drive and just cruise along in it. I could sure do miss living in that place called Canada. Mm-mm. Snowstorm in Barrie. Yeah, snowstorm in Barrie right now. Yeah, that's why we stopped. That's why we stopped. Snowstorm. Snowstorm in Barrie. That's right. That's why we stopped, man. So, you know, guys, this is the longest. This is the longest that I've ever. I had a two. I bought two bag. Okay, the last the food that I bought in the last couple of days because food has become such a waste of money to me. Um, I bought a samosas, a slice of pizza, 2 bags of chips, and sunflower seeds at Walmart before. Oh, and spring rolls or like an egg roll before I went down here. That was the 7th, and then on the 8th I was working. The 9th was my birthday, and then I got mid. The Arby's was mid. I tried the steak nuggets and the roast beef sandwich. Yeah, I would not go back. I would not go back. The nuggets were good, but it was not like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about to eat the meat that much. And then yesterday I got, yeah, it was the 9th, and then today's the 11th, right? The other day, yeah, I just slept. Yeah, I didn't get food that day. And then yesterday, the 10th, yeah, on the 10th. And then I got Little Caesars pizza yesterday. I got a Little Caesars deep dish pizza. So more and more, I'm just like food is becoming like not worth it to buy because everything is just like it's not good and the price goes up. I'm just gonna stick to my salads. But I do like trying stuff. I was gonna try Carver's. I'm gonna try Carver's. Don't mind me, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was gonna try Carver's as well too. Ridiculous and tastes like shit. Yeah, exactly. It tastes like shit, bro. You know. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, I bought the Arby's. I ate it, and then like I went to wash my hands in the washroom, and I almost thought I was gonna throw up, but I was like, okay, don't, because I just paid $20 for this meal. To me, guys, what cheeses me the most, is to pay money to get to throw up, pay money to throw up, or to pay money to get diarrhea. Like that cheeses me. If I eat something and then I have to throw up immediately, or if I eat something and then I have to go like I get cheese because I'm like I just paid this guy $20, $30 to give me the runs. Like that's a mud. Mm. Mm. As you can see, here's the caduceus here. That's the caduceus there. You feeling healthy off it? Off the home cooked? Yeah, exactly. Home cooked is the best. Home cooked is the best, man. Way better. Way better. Way better. Home cooked is way better. No matter what, because tastes better. Like you can put you. Because guys, I love to cook, right? And I put love in all my meals, and you can taste it. One thing about me, I love cooking for the ladies, man. I love cooking for the ladies. While I got it on me, you guys want to know any health remedies? Dandruff. Okay, so let's see. Petroleum-based product. Yeah. If you're poor, root vegetable. If you're poor, root vegetable. Yep. It's even rich, bro. Because all the food that they're gonna tell you is like rich food is not even that good for you. But the poor food, the root vegetable, beetroot, all that kind of stuff is really helpful. It's helpful for the body. Better than chips, you know. Better than chips.
Got all these clowns here just white knuckling it on that whole road over there. Brake lights are coming on. Oh yeah, there's a ball just on here. Just to make your day eastbound, I left Woodstock at 9 o'clock, and I'm just coming up to here in Dorchester. Oh yeah, I've been watching all these trucks and cars go down the road real slow.
Real slow. We saw like two cars that
No
went.
shit, eh?
Yep.
on us. Get past the 177, you get dry roads and sunshine.
Get them out. Okay, interesting, guys.
Appreciate it. I like to hear that. I gotta go to the city yet.
Fingernail problems, foot odor. By the editors of the Consumer Guide. Yo, what up? What up, Ahmed? What up, Ahmed? Just doing some reading right now. Just doing some reading about home remedies. You want to know anything? Any home remedies you want to know? I was just looking up body odor, everything. Just looking up everything. This one was published 1996. 1996. What's up, man? Check out the snow out here. Check it out. 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 So, guys, It's extremely important to read. It's extremely important to read. Okay, because that's the only way you're gonna really be able to to learn something. And especially the fact that like I'm a big proponent of do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research, guys. Consult different books, consult different ideologies, consult different encyclopedias, and just learn as much as you can. Okay, that's the key right there. That's the key right there. No, guys, this was first published in 1762. Wow.
Don't matter. You see a lot of white guys going across there too. Everyone's just fucking retarded.
Power. All right, guys. Let me let you guys run for now. I'm gonna keep doing. Maybe even just lie down for a second. Not like lie down, but like put the seat back and just I feel like we might be here for maybe 1 more hour. It looks like the snowstorm is passing us, so I feel like we're gonna get the call to get back on the road. Let's say snow until 1 o'clock. It says we got snow until 1.
Look at this guy, Osmond, trying to merge onto the highways, fucking four ways on. He's scared shitless, barely moving.
So let's see. Let's see. Wow, guys, and the sun is beautiful. All right, guys, let me let you run for now, guys. Hold it down, do your thing. Let me know what you guys are reading. It's your boy T. Shout out to y'all. I'm out of here.